Hey guys, it's me. I'm back. Just because Supergirl's over doesn't mean that I'm done talking about it. And by over, I mean taking a break. I don't know why I phrased it like that. Sorry. Anyway, I'm here today to talk about 10 things that I want to see from season 2B. And I'm calling it that because it's the second half of season 2, which we are getting next year. Like all CW shows, it's taking a break over the holidays, the major Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah type stuff. Sorry. Anyway, so I thought I'd do a Tropic Thunder, but this time I do something a little new where I discuss 10 things within a subject. I think I'm calling this Tropic Thunder 10. It's a series within a series, and it's where I discuss 10 things about a topic, but don't really feel like I want to or sometimes can justifiably put them from 10 to 1, so I'm just listing them off A to J, using letters instead of numbers, since I don't want to say one is more important than the other one. But anyway, enough boring setup. Let's actually talk about the 10. Starting off with A. Sandverse to stick. Now, Sandverse, or whatever you call it, I'm talking about Maggie Sawyer and Alex Danvers. I would really personally, not even just for this season, but for the whole show, like them to stick together. In these CW shows, it's always will they, won't they. When they do get together, sometimes they're not always together. And in Olicity case, break up for no reason. For stupid reasons too, that make you not like one half of the couple. I mean, literally, we only have 3 couples over the 4 shows that have stuck and haven't broken up, or one person has died. And one of them is Barry and Iris, but they only just got together, so it's kind of iffy on that. Second one is Martin Stein, half of Firestorm, and his wife. But in the crossover, they hinted that they might not be together anymore. Or that she might be dead, so that one's still iffy. And then the third one is Mama and Papa Danvers. And we only see that in flashbacks because in modern day, Papa Danvers is kind of kidnapped. So it would be nice to see finally on one of these shows for a couple to be together and stick and stay on the show, because the only other couple that I can think of that stayed together is Hawkman and Hawkgirl. But it's like the minute that they got together, they were written off. So I'd like for a main character to have steady, long-term, stick-with-it relationship. And I think it would be cool if it also happened to be a same-sex relationship. And I think Supergirl would be the perfect place for that. And that, plus the actresses have such great chemistry together, I'd love for them to stick together. And speaking of ships, I'd like to see more development for, I'm calling him Lynn. I don't know if there's an official title for it or what, but I'm talking about Lana Luthor and Wynn, because they hinted at it earlier in the season, but I would love to see more development towards that. Like them, maybe not get together, but like them to have more scenes together at least. Now that we know that Lana's completely good. Unlike her other family. Next ship-related thing. I swear I've only got 2 more. Please give us more development for Mira. I think that's the ship name. Mara. I could be wrong. Kara and Mon-El. In the finale, they kissed, but neither of them was willing to admit it. And they're doing the whole pretends to not remember but actually does type thing, which is boring. And we already had like that long, drawn out Kara James thing going through all of season 1 to just get in the first episode of season 2. So please just have some development with them. Don't just draw it out like you did with Jimmy and Gara. I try to call him James, but my mind just keeps going back to Jimmy, because that's what I know him from. Alright, D. Last ship thing related. Can we please get a super love for Jimmy? And what do I mean by that? I mean another superhero. Not a Kara. Not Miss Martian. But someone, a new superhero. Like masked superhero with powers and everything, to be a love interest for Jimmy. Since they clearly don't want to do Jimmy with anyone we've seen so far. And you don't have to bring her on as a full-time cast member. She could just be reoccurring. We only see her when like Jimmy gets kidnapped, or there's some serious drama with their relationship, or there's just like a big battle where we need all hands on deck. She could be off protecting her city in a different town when we don't see her, and could come on every once in a while. And it could be anyone. Matter of fact, I might do a Topic Thunder about possible people that could be the super love interest for Jimmy. That's how much I think this would be cool to happen. Because not only would it be interesting to see, he's now Guardian, so 2 superheroes together would be cool to see. Plus, since they kept pushing him and Kara in season 1 to him finally get with someone powered would be cool. But anyway, let's move on so I'm not here all day. Speaking of Jimmy, we get to letter E. Can we please get more Guardian? It's like he was introduced, and then he had one more episode where he kicked butt, and then boop, he's gone. Can we please get more Guardian? It was awesome to see Jimmy fighting. And now that Kara has actually fought alongside non-powered superheroes, like Ollie and Sarah, and even Heatwave. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I loved Kara and Heatwave's interactions. but that's off topic. I'm saying that in the crossover, she teamed up with non-powered superheroes, so she knows how cool and good they can be. So maybe now, can we please have her like team up with Guardian, include him more in the show? Speaking of more people, it's more of people. We get to F. More Miss Martian. Can we please get more of her? I know there was the whole falling out with her and Jean when they found out that she was white Martian, but can we please bring her back and have more of her? She's such a cool character. Though I do feel like if they brought her back, they'd make her a love interest for Jean, which is kind of icky if you're a comic fan, because in the comics they're pseudo uncle niece. So it'd be kind of weird. But anyway, whether they do the romance or not, I just want to see more of her because she was cool. And she was very complex, and I like that. But moving on. G. Can we get a suit for Gwen? I know Gwen might not be full on, like Guardian fighting and all, because Gwen isn't all that great of a fighter, but can we at least get some kind of suit for him? So that we're not just completely repeating Overwatch Felicity, where she's always in the background. Even if it's just like a simple like suit, and he just goes by the name Toy Master, because that's always been my theory, is that Gwen will eventually become Toy Master, like Hero from the comics. And I wouldn't even mind if he had like a simple outfit like Hero did. But I just want to see Gwen like get a suit or something. Alright, moving on to H. Can we at least get a cameo from at least one of the Earth 38 Doppelgangers? Because just because Kara hasn't heard of Green Arrow or Black Canary doesn't mean that Laurel Lance or Oliver Queen or any of these exist. Any one of them. I mean, hell, I'd be totally fine if I'd like to see like maybe like Earth 37 Sarah Lance or something like that. But even if they don't want to do that and they just want to stick to contracts, why not just have someone who signed on to all 4 shows? Like a doppelganger, like this Earth's Leonard Snark, or this Earth's Jay Garrick, or Henry Allen. Actors who have signed on to all 4 shows. Malcolm Merlin, that might be interesting to see. This Earth's Malcolm Merlin, even if he's just a normal business guy making a quick cameo. Or hell, I would love it if they brought in Katie Cassidy and had her reoccurring. And because of that Black Canary line, they don't have to have her as Black Canary. Maybe this Earth, she's a different hero. Like, maybe in this Earth, she's a Huntress. We could actually get a good Huntress. Anyway, don't want this video to go on forever, so I am moving on. And these last two, kind of far-fetched, but still, I would love to see them at least hinted at by the end of this season. And that would be, first up, Superboy, Connor Kent. We have Cadmus. Cadmus took her DNA. Now, granted, we saw them take one vial, and Cyborg Superman crushed that one vial to access the Fortress of Solitude. But who's to say that they didn't take another vial? And that they're working on a clone of hers? I mean, hell, I'd be fine if... I think it might even be interesting if, like, he's a clone of Supergirl. Not even Superman. That's what I was saying about the whole taking her blood thing. Was that I'd be cool even if he was just a clone of Supergirl. Maybe Supergirl and Lex. Or even Supergirl and Mama Luthor, who is the head of Cadmus. That would be an interesting twist on it, but I just want to see Connor. He'd be cool on the show. And this last one, Jay, which kind of ties into the last one, because this one kind of, if they don't do Superboy, then I kind of want to see this. And that is, give Kara a sidekick. Now, you could arguably say that they're working for Mon-El to be her sidekick, kind of, but he doesn't have that same exact heroic spirit. I mean, he knows to do the right thing and has shown some heroic aspects so far this season. I don't know if they're going to make him full-on superhero. And if they don't, and then they don't bring in Connor, I'd love to see them bring in someone else that Kara could mentor. Someone young, like a teen. Matter of fact, the first one that comes to mind that I think would be perfect is Cassie Sandsmark, a.k.a. Wonder Girl. She's also related to a bigger hero that she's kind of in the shadow of, like Kara. She also can fly, has super strength. And I think she'd be cool to see Kara, now that she's more established as a hero, and proven that she's just as good as Superman, have her own little kid to mentor. And yes, I do mean kid, because I want a teenage sidekick for her. Because I think that would be so cool. But considering that I put it last, it's like more far-fetched, like I said. But still, it would be cool to see. But honestly, guys, I love what they're doing so far. And I don't really care what they do, as long as they keep the same quality that we've had so far this season. So anything that they do is fine. These are just like suggestions and like things that I would personally want to see, but don't need to happen. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think of my 10? What are some things that you want to see from Supergirl? From the next half of the season. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this face, hit subscribe. And I will see you guys next time where, depending on how I feel, I might end up reviewing the mid-season finale for Flash. Maybe. Don't hold me to it. I'm keeping it only as a maybe. But anyway. Till next time. See ya.